New research showing now that not getting enough shut-eye could increase your risk of overeating and obesity. Dr. Samadi, first of all, why is this new? We kind of already knew we experienced it, but why does it happen and why is this study new?
Well, you know, when you talk about obesity, because obesity in this country is epidemic and is on the rise, you always talk about healthy diet and exercise. And sleep is almost like a hidden secret that nobody has really talked about it. And now a third of America is not sleeping enough, and a third of America happens to be obese. So is there a correlation over here? And what happens when you don't get enough sleep? When you don't get your 7 hours of good REM deep sleep, your metabolism is going to be out of sync, meaning that those pancreas, the insulin receptors, are not going to function well, and that's why you would be more susceptible to get diabetes. There are a couple of hormones in your body that's important, and Mark has talked about this many times, Ghrelin and Leptin. Ghrelin is the one that's, you know, the go factor, you know, that's going to go up. Leptin goes down, so you're craving for carbohydrate. You wake up, you think you've slept, and now you want that
bacon.
And that's where you would start getting hungry, and you start getting high sugar, you know, and completely out of mess. And that's where obesity is on the rise. So the best way is to really get somehow 6-7 hours of sleep.
Dr. Siegel?
Well, first point he made that's really important here is we're talking about REM sleep. I call it, this is not chipmunk sleeping, where you store sleep on the weekends and think it's going to help you during the week. You got to get 7 hours a night of deep dream sleep. That's rapid eye movement sleep.
Right, yes.
That's what you need. And what's new about this study out of Alabama, by the way, is it showed that if you're not doing that, you're in front of the refrigerator in the middle of the night, you're getting up at 1 a.m. and you're there getting those snacks, or drinking. Drinking increases by like 25 minutes a day of people spent their time drinking. Alcohol.
Really?
Alcohol, if they weren't getting the proper amount of sleep. So it's to the point David made. You get this hormone Ghrelin in the brain. Get more of that, and you're hungry, and you're craving things, and you're not happy till you nosh.
Is there a vitamin supplement that you could take to add it to your
Yes, that's a good point. You know, we've spoken about melatonin, so you can take some of that. Certainly, that's fine. But I think I want to go back to what Mark was talking about. You know, we've spoken about sleep apnea, and patients who are obese, it can work both ways. If you don't get enough sleep, you can become obese, but also if you're obese, you may be waking up in the middle of the night because you have too much fat around your neck, and you may be grasping for oxygen.
How can you tell if you are, if you have sleep apnea?
You don't, because you go for sleep studies. That's a great way to really know. There are centers where you go for sleep studies, and they see that you would have restless legs syndrome, or you wake up in the middle. They monitor everything that goes on during the time.
Your loved one should look out for it, Eric, that you're gasping for air, or that you suddenly stop breathing in the middle of the night, or snoring. Snoring can be a clue.
Simple test.
What if you have asthma or something?
Well, the simple test is when your wife is not sleeping in the same bed with you, and she says, I'm tired of this snoring, then you have a sleep problem.
There you go. That's a good
not everyone that snores has sleep apnea, but as David said, it can be a clue. So if you have snoring, or you're breathing in fits and starts, or you have headaches the next day, or fatigue the next day, get checked.
So no vitamin to add that, what is it, leptin that you said we need?
You can take some zinc, you can take melatonin.
No, not to go to sleep. I mean to have replace the whatever it is that you said that you lose from
leptin. You get less leptin.
Can you?
Not yet. They're working on that. There's going to eventually be a pill of leptin. Right now, that's in the study stages. But David point, you can take melatonin, you can take valerian tea, kava tea.
That's right.
Okay.
All right.